I'm gonna tell you guys about how I pick out my horses, and we're gonna talk about conformation today. Thank you for that. When I'm looking for a barrel horse, I'm primarily looking for how well are they built? How are they gonna hold up? Because just like a person, if they're not built very well, they're not gonna last. Like, they are trying really hard in the barrel pen. And so if they're not properly built, you're gonna have a lot of problems over time. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a horse that's gonna need a lot of maintenance, especially since I am kind of looking casually for another horse. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at when I'm looking at horses. So when you get pictures of a sale horse, you ideally want them standing-ish like this. She's not standing super square. I'm gonna try to get her to stand a little more square here. So that's a little more square here. So one of the biggest things for a barrel horse is you want a horse with a super short back. So their wither to their top line there should be shorter than from here to the underside. And I'm gonna put an example picture so you know, but your blue line never wants to be longer than the blue line under here. Why that is because a horse with a really long back is gonna have a really hard time balance. So that's my biggest thing. I wanna know how long their back is. I obviously like a horse with a lot of muscle. I like my horses very well built with really thick bone. I think the horses with the thicker bone are a little more hardy. The next thing you're gonna wanna look for is how straight is their leg. So if you drop a line from right here all the way down, you got a perfectly straight line. You could have a horse that's kneed out a little bit or pushed back a little bit. If that horse's leg was like ridiculously one way or the other, I'm probably not gonna wanna be inclined to buy it because they're probably gonna have a lot of leg issues in the future. All right, another really important thing you're gonna wanna look for, especially if you want to make this a competition horse, is the angle of their shoulder. So again, I'm gonna drop an example picture, but basically you're gonna make a line straight from their leg. You can kind of see her shoulder muscle here. You're gonna make another line here, and where those lines intersect should be at least or around 45 degrees. If it's any bigger or any shorter, they're probably, especially if it's like bigger or shorter, they're gonna have some movement issues over time in that shoulder. Like, them extending is gonna create issues eventually in their shoulders. Like, it's just how it is. Storm is a little under that, but that's okay. She moves really well. You can kind of tell she's very short strided when she runs. I've been working with her on getting bigger stride, but is she built for it? Not well, but we'll take it. They're gonna move on back here and hope she doesn't kick at me. We're gonna be looking at this back leg. So where her butt meets her back leg, I don't have an example picture here, but it's pretty easy to see. Are they straight? When she's standing at this angle, is she pretty darn straight? And she is very well built on the back end. Like, she's never had any hind leg issues. And that's just a perfect line right there. So that's a really nice angle there. What we're also gonna be looking for is how even is she? If you have a horse that's super butt high, probably not best. So again, we're gonna have an example picture here, but you're gonna make a blue line. Does she sit pretty even? And if you can't really eyeball it, I really highly recommend just taking the sale pictures and drawing those lines out and being like, this horse is really well built, or no, this horse is not well built. Storm is exceptionally built, and so her line up there is pretty darn perfect. We're gonna move on to the front here, and she's actually standing really well. So you're just gonna wanna look at their front legs. So if the seller doesn't have pictures of this, you're gonna wanna ask them to take pictures directly from the front, just like this. So you can see how straight up and down are her legs. And again, if you wanna draw a line, see how perfect their legs are, that's a good idea. When people send me sale pictures, I do not like them to have anything on their feet. I want to see their actual feet. A lot of people will send you sale pictures with their feet completely covered in grass. Definitely ask for pictures of their legs and their feet, and because you don't want a horse with club foot or anything like that. All right, so same thing from the back. Ideally, when I have horses for sale, I like to tie up their tail. You can literally look down Storm's legs and see that her back right leg is just a little outturned. It's not really gonna affect her performance because if you look at her legs, you can still get a pretty darn straight line. She's not super out. She's not too in. She's actually very well built in her back legs. She just has that one funky foot that doesn't really affect her performance, so we kind of leave it alone, but I get x-rays done on her back hocks and stuff just to make sure that she's still holding up and maintaining. All that being said, if you were to breed your horse and you have a horse that performs really well, but maybe not built the best, you're definitely going to want to look for a horse to breed them to that is going to fix whatever issues they might have. So for Storm, I'd want to look for something that has a really nice shoulder angle since she's just a little short on that shoulder angle, and Storm's only 15 hands. So ideally, I'd really love to breed her to something that is gonna give me a little bit of height, hopefully, and ideally a little bit of color. So here's my top list. Slick by Design is a really proven stud. His stud fee's 3,100, so not super bad. He's 15 hands, so would not add any height to her. However, Storm is insane. I don't think I'd ever want to breed like crazy to crazy because you're just gonna get more crazy. Going down my list, Eddie Stinson. Oh, is he beautiful? He's almost exactly the same color as Storm. He's 15.3, so I would be breeding a little bit of height into her. His stud fee is $6,000. However, he's very hot-headed. He has that racehorse temperament. So I don't know why, but that kind of makes me want to do it a little bit more because I feel like I'd get a really crazy baby. And if you know me at all, I love the crazy horses. So Eddie Stinson is still kind of on my top contender list, but part of me knows I should probably breed her with something a little calmer. Next is Tressace. He's 16 hands. So again, I'd be building some height into her. However, his stud fee is $9,000. So I'd get the height and he's super easygoing. Hopefully I'd get a kind of easier going baby. He's a buckskin gelding, so hopefully I'd get a little bit of color and not get another chestnut or sorrel horse. Next is Brother Heyday. So if you know Sister Heyday's, which is Haley Kinsel's horse, one of the top barrel horses in the entire world. The only thing with him is he's not proven. So of course he has a full sister that is proven, but he's not proven at all. He's 15.2, so a little bit of height and also a Palomino. So you might get a little bit of color in there. He's also known to be super easygoing, very kind, very gentle, and very easy to train. So another top contender for me. I really like that his stud fee's there. I just don't like that he's not proven at all. Next, I got Adios Pantalones, one of the top futurity horses ever. He's very proven. He's 5 years old. His is $5,500 is his stud fee. He's 15 hands, so not much taller than Storm. He's a Palomino, and if you've ever seen his TikTok videos, he's one of the funniest horses ever. He's got a whole lot of personality, and he's very kind and sweet. Those are my top list of horses if I ever decided to breed her. They're all built really well to go with how she's built, and I'd love to maybe one day get a baby out of her. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a little something today, and hopefully you can go pick out your next prospect horse or adventure horse, whatever you may be looking for. But I hope you guys all have a good day. Bye.